So, Marvel's Adventures of Dandy Comp Case 2 Episode 1 was out 2 months ago, and now I'm making a video on it. Okay, whatever. Go and watch it if you haven't, because I'm going to be spoiling the heck out of it. Basically, my plan is to make a video every episode to explain with what evidence there is who the killer will be of Zach. I had a hard time predicting the last case because the rules were still being set and some things were unclear. Now we have established rules and we know Happy isn't trying to subvert our expectations. This also means there will be very subtle details you might not even pick up on, like James' monocle being gone in the last case. And a note, I haven't even read any other theories from the Discord, this is all by me. Happy revealed it would take about 3 to 4 episodes to solve case 2, and the case consists of 12 episodes, so that's surprisingly little, but I'm gonna just do my best prediction for now. So, who is it? Well, I think it might be Lily. Our first piece of direct evidence comes when Lily is angry at Penny for calling the police, which is kind of suspicious because the bookstore was just robbed.
Oh, you just had to call the police.
I'm sorry, Lily. I was just so worried when I saw the mess, I just panicked.
Wouldn't you want the police there? Then she says this.
It's fine. Just don't worry about it. I guess we'll just have to hope they don't find about... Oh, welcome back, Grandy!
What don't they want them to find? Lily is also really nervous around the detectives. This is kind of a disguise by Happy because you seem to think it's because she's interested in Frank, but this may be because she's afraid of the detectives. Apparently the bookstore was robbed, but no money was stolen, only a bunch of these new books. Most likely these books had something to launder, like drugs or equipment for the ABS.
Sometimes the criminals get away with their crimes and sometimes they don't. They're all so exciting.
Lily also tries to get the detective off her back, saying yeah, as if nothing important was stolen.
So all they took were some new books? My god, why are we here?
Yeah! Oh, and some receipts.
She also might have left the receipt in one of the books.
Receipts? Why would they take that? And we're here to get our names out there, Danny.
About that... I may have accidentally left them in one of the books.
Later in the episode, you can see that Zach is carrying a possible receipt in his paw, so perhaps these are connected. We do know Zach was at the bookstore before it was robbed, so perhaps he stole the receipts and then he saw what kind of illegal things Lily was doing at her bookstore, and as such, she killed him. This is a stretch, but maybe she hired Randy because she knows he's an idiot and wouldn't suspect anything. Both her workers would probably never suspect anything since Penny is also really naive. Interestingly enough, Lily hires these 2 private investigators after the police are called. Because of this, it makes me wonder why she would do that, as Frank even points out in the beginning that they aren't well known and they must build their way up into the detective world. Their service was suggested by Randy, and everyone knows Randy's an idiot, so possibly she hired them hoping they would be incompetent and not be able to solve the case, instead of actual detectives. Marcus mentions that the company producing the books suddenly stopped production, which doesn't make sense as it's a highly anticipated book. Because of this, I suspect that the ABS is involved in laundering something in these packages the books come with, and perhaps the director caught on, stopping all production of this. Because of this, I actually believe that Lily is probably a red herring, similar to Gracie. The last hints for the killer were extremely subtle, though they all made sense in the long run. Gracie had subtle, but at the same time obvious hints that the audience picked up on, which is why she was such a popular theory. Lily is similar with these extremely obvious but somewhat subtle. Lily is really similar to Gracie with these extremely obvious but somewhat subtle hints. Therefore, I think Lily is probably a red herring. Either she's doing something illegal or she's involved with the ABS, but I highly doubt she's the killer. Instead, the killer is probably someone that will have a connection with our characters but not be overly annoying. So I don't think it would be Ben. I also don't think it would be Rune Walker, as he's too similar to James with that cool guy thing. Penny seems to be extremely naive like Gracie was, and as such I think she could be hiding her true self. I don't know anything about the rabbit guy, so I don't know. I wonder if it's foreshadowing that she mentions Rune is to do cleanup duty. Maybe he cleaned up the evidence that they were there when they murdered Zach, and without the other bits of evidence that we need, that we get around to episodes 3 and 4. It's really going to be hard to solve this, but I'm just doing my best. I'm just saying that I think Lily is probably a red herring, and anyways, see ya.